So it's two different shelters, and two of the girls that came in didn't know anyone that was there, right? They didn't know anyone.
Yeah, so they're coming into a new situation where there are two new people, and there's a bunch of other girls there that already know each other, and kind of walk in having missed the first day and be in our dance class. So they were, kind of reserved and standoffish and having trouble participating at first. So
Let's go back. Let's go back to the whole how it came about. How it came about. So we're talking on the train about what we're gonna do to get these girls to get the chips off their shoulders, because they just didn't seem like they wanted to be there. And Rachel was concerned because we've been working for the last 6 months with
8 months actually.
8 months.
since October.
Yeah, with 4 to 11 to 13-year-olds roughly, girls, and then girls and boys. So we had experience working with older kids, but had you had experience working with at-risk
Older kids?
older kids? No.
Because the shelter that we work at is primarily, it's a younger group. It's like 4 to 13, and it's a shelter.
Yeah, the
so
17-year-olds were like their moms are desperate. They're really doing it.
right.
They're making time for themselves. Really in that capacity.
But I would say since our first day, we noticed a lot of progress with how the girls were reacting. For example, one of our girls that we brought in to watch actually spoke Spanish to one of the girls that had been really shy previously, and we found that really helped her open up, and we saw a really dramatic change after that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And also, I know that in trying to just build relationships between the girls and stuff, like right now it's just important for them they like to still be paired up with teachers and stuff. However, with the girl who was shy yesterday, who eventually ended up speaking Spanish with our other Spanish speaker, and another one of the girls who are like kind of shy and stuff, they kind of like connected yesterday because they both found a common interest at the
And
end.
then I could see the kids, the transformation in them already in just 2 days. And like it's just an hour and a half, and like that was really beautiful just to like see. And like the girl that was shy yesterday, today I ended up partnering with her at the end, and she ended up being my teacher. So she was the one interested in doing choreography.
Yeah.
And then you could really see how like at first she was like, oh, do I really have to dance with her kind of thing? I was
Right.
like, oh, come on, it's okay. And we separated her and her new friend. And then she just like, she was like hesitant. And then I was like, well, be my teacher. Tell me what you want to do. And
That's cool. Because it builds on what we did the other day.
yeah. And then she just like blossomed. And then the last thing she said to me, which was that, I think I want to do gymnastics now.
Cool.
So like it's extending even more the blessing that you guys spoke to her yesterday about, oh, you're in a dance troupe and you want to do, why don't you be a choreographer? Do choreography, why don't you do more dance? Like that really, I think, it like settled, it was like a seed planted in her that grew.
Yeah,
even
sure.
overnight. And that's why I was excited to come back again.
There was one other student I was thinking of that had a really big transformation, because I had her on the first day. She was gone yesterday, but I had her on the first day, and she didn't want to move, didn't want to do anything, and she sort of stood off in the back and watched. And today, I couldn't believe it, but the first thing we were doing was doing something with partners. And she and I were partners, and it took her a minute or two to warm up to it, but she basically came up with our whole partner thing that we were doing. So even from the first day, kind of standing up on the side, to today, it was just amazingly different. And then she did the whole class today.
Yes, she
tried
did.
everything. And I was
She did.
really, really proud of her, because that first day I was like, I really hope she comes back, because she didn't really seem to want to move at all. So
Did you see her at the closing at the end when we all held hands? Like she was the first person that wanted to give a blessing to everybody.
I know.
Because she really
That's
felt
right.
safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a big step from the last time, Which makes me think of another thing that I thought on the bus ride coming over there. Was like the yesterday at the end of class, it felt so safe and so special.
It's like when you start creating and you get more and more like free and liberated into it externally, internally it just goes, it just unfolds deeper and deeper, like a spiral that gets bigger.
Yeah.
So it just like touches on things inside of you, and then touches on things in the past, it touches on things in your life, relationships you had, traumas or whatever, good things, bad things. So, yeah. It is amazing. Like what you were talking about, just to see that, and that each day it is something that
It's a
to build
battle.
that trust again. But they open up, they like,
A little
it
bit
was beautiful,
sooner
a little
each
bit quicker
time.
today. Yeah.
Also, the opportunity to work with that age group that much at risk was a challenge for me that I've overcome.
Yeah.
Because when I was last working with that age group, I was in a classroom of anywhere from 20 to 25 kids from all over the world, and it was chaos. It was so hard. It was just me and them, and that was really upsetting because it was something that I wanted to do really well, but I needed more support. I needed more experience, and I needed more educators in the room with me. So to be able to walk away from today and yesterday knowing that we totally succeeded and we changed those girls' lives without a doubt. Being asked at the end, are you coming back next weekend? You won't be here tomorrow. Like when I said goodbye to them, I won't be here tomorrow. They genuinely smiled at me and they genuinely said thank you, and they wanted to know, what are you doing? How come you can't be here? Thinking about life outside of that place. Yeah, I think the thing that I've really come to realize more and more over the last year, not only at the Institute but also with BuildBridge, is that this sense of purpose and sense of community that needs to be built, and I need to help build it. And just being here this one, 2 times with those girls, I want to come back, and I really want to build on that. And through the workshopping that we've been doing, on our own skills and the lectures that we've had and the art making and this and that, it just really makes me think, what can I do in my community? And how can I continue to work with not only BI, but also work with at-risk youth? Just really strengthen my reasoning and purpose in community arts, without a doubt.
I think one of the things I've really appreciated about this institute the most is how it really uses so many different ways to teach us things. It draws on our multiple intelligences like no other. So just, in the morning we'll sit and we'll listen to a lecture, and that's great, but then by like an hour in, we're already up and doing something or acting something out or learning in some other way, which is really great. And also I've just felt really inspired being here, seeing all these people doing this stuff and seeing how really like doable it is. And I really feel ready to go back to my community and take like the lesson planning skills and like the arts work and all that and implement it, find a way to do it myself.
I really loved the way that BuildBridge supported us, not only putting us together as a team to go into a shelter, but I was always contacted to see how are things going, did I need any help, what was working, what wasn't, and I have never felt that kind of support before from an organization. And also the way that they put us all together to work with the kids, and the way that the teachers had to work things out at first was sometimes hard, but then after a while we really got the hang of it, and I can't ever imagine teaching alone again, ever. Like the thought of teaching alone is horrible, because having a team to go off of and to share ideas and to help with the basic classroom things was really amazing. And then we also got to model to the kids relationships and communicating and making mistakes with each other and working it out. And I think it's really important that the kids saw that. And I think the other major thing that I've learned with BuildBridge is how inspiring and important the arts can be. Like, I've always believed in the power of art, but to have a whole group of people that share one vision and want to give everybody access to the arts as a way of healing is just amazing. It almost blows my mind, because I can't even believe that there's so many people that are doing it. It's just amazing.